Here we go.
What is up, Logan and Brandon?
Hello.
What's going on?
For those of you tuning in for the first time, we are the Merge Feast. Was up until today a podcast just about Survivor, but we are now talking all things Traitors. So season 4 of the Traitors is back, and first 3 episodes dropped on Thursday, and I am pumped. I have been looking forward to this for a very, very long time, and I'm curious your guys' just first reactions. What do you think of the season so far? We're gonna obviously dive into some details, but Logan, what are your thoughts of the season so far?
So far, I've really enjoyed it. One thing I feel like Traitors does really well is it's obviously more of a social game, but I love some of the drama to the strategic to the Traitors. They've had a good twist this season. I don't know. I think it's all setting up really well, and I'm really excited of where it's going. Because I think there's going to be some good twists, but I'm definitely excited to get deeper into it and talk about it.
This is the 4th season of Traitors, so it's a relatively young show. There's a bunch of different versions of it across the world. As far as the US goes, this is the strongest 3-episode opening to a season that they've had so far. They've because one thing that Traitors has kind of had an issue with in the past is like a really rocky start, just how the show's formatted and kind of how the players are, and it feels like they tweaked enough things to give us kind of a grand slam opening. And there's already been some huge twists and turns along the way, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you both. I think it's been a fantastic start to the season. I am weirdly disappointed in who the Traitors are, who was selected. So let's hop into that, because I don't know why I think maybe because I was just hoping for some other people that I liked a little bit more, and honestly, I know who these people are, but I don't really know them, so it's hard for me to root for them. So we have Rob. And he's from Love Island. We've got Lisa Renner. She's a housewife, and then Candace, who's the other housewife. So right off the bat, 2 housewives. Like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
And then there's also a secret traitor that we don't know about until the very end of was that episode 2, 3?
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to I want to dive into that, the secret traitor, because that's new for this season, and it was in theory a really awesome twist, and it threw a nice wrench in the game of one traitor kind of giving the known traitors the choices, because I think in previous seasons there's been a lot of weird motivation and a lot of and decisions that don't really make a ton of sense for the traitors, and a lot of personal feelings being involved there, and I think this kind of helps them make their decision. So that was really cool. I would have loved to see them have a meeting and actually have Donna Kelsey, who was the secret traitor, be actually make it to being part of the group. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. But back to the other traitors. I actually like this season. I don't have any beef with who was picked, because I don't know about a lot of people. I don't know much about a lot of these people. So I'm just kind of going in with like an open mind, and was pretty much like Yeah, probably should have had another gamer or should have had a gamer in there. I also think having a gamer in there is predictable. So having gamers play the faithful side this season is going to be a nice change.
Yeah. Well, and I will say I was not really looking forward to Rob from Love Island, but so far I really like him. Like
Honestly,
he is
probably
playing,
my favorite traitor out
He
of
grew
the
on me.
three.
yeah. So I'm really enjoying him, and I don't mind the other two, but let's talk about Candace for a minute because she's kind of fumbling a little bit.
A little bit.
So, yeah, let's talk about that. I think to me, the first fumble that she had was when she was picked as traitor, and then she's talking in one of the rooms and she's name dropping who she thinks other traitors are, and happens to name drop another traitor. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think that was a like I'm a traitor, but this doesn't feel real yet, so I'm just gonna keep playing like I'm a faithful. And what would a faithful do? Throw out names and not even like having the forethought to think, oh, I might actually put a target on somebody's back. But yeah, there were just a couple moments, and then during one of the roundtables, she said, "Oh, when they were talking about Portia, like slipping up or saying I killed Ian," and she's like, "Well, it is kind of easy to slip up sometimes." And I was like, "Hold on, what?
Yeah.
Shut up!"
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
defend it. Just,
Like,
Yeah,
and I think with that, there's something that's weird about traders, and I think I get it because you want to protect the people that you're familiar with. But these like alliances that people have when they come in, oh, we gotta housewives got to watch out for each other, gamers got to watch out for each other. Well, no, not really.
yeah.
Like I get it, you know those people, so like you want to play with them, but if you're Candace, it benefits you other than trying to look like a faithful. It benefits you in no way to come to Portia's defense, especially with the very sound evidence that Ron brought to the table.
Right.
and with the other slip up of her and Portia being in the car and Candace calling out, I think it was Michael,
Yeah,
and it was like, and then um, it was just like a confusion. Portia called Candace out on it, and it was just sh she's not thinking far enough ahead at the beginning. I think she got better towards the end of the three episodes, but there's still
Well,
some moments where it's like you gotta
yeah,
be
I was gonna
careful.
say I thought that too. That okay, she's getting better, but then the murder in plain sight, she's not. She's nowhere to be found.
she got lucky.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey, let me start a Congo line. Like
Oh,
that
She
put a target on your back. You're you completely missed it. You got really lucky that they ended up
that
killing
Rob
off
got
Rob
murdered. Yeah,
because he full on called it out. I know. I
we
was
miss
really
out on
rooting
a
for
Rob calling out Candace at the round table. It would have been gold. And let's talk about Rob for a second. Rob, unfortunately, Rob C,
Yeah.
Rob Cesternino, man, unfortunately, like you saw the reputation that he had. They're like, he's the guy. That's the guy. And I'm the guy. Shout out Spy Kids 3. But
I
he
didn't know there was more than two.
come on, man.
Talk about a movie franchise I haven't thought about in 20 years.
That was like from the vault, man.
Um anyway, but having this stigma about him, like this guy knows, and but then him being so smart, and this is the fourth season. I think the first time they did a murder in plain sight was season 2. I don't remember them doing that in season 1. Need to fact check that. But for him to be like something weird's happening, they're doing a murder in plain sight and just calling it out, grabbing another gamer and Tiffany and be like, hey, this is happening, am I crazy? And
Yeah.
just, man, we missed out on Rob putting together a masterclass because of an awesome twist, but I love the murder in plain sight.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. And I thought they were going to miss it there for a second. As soon as the bells started going off, I was like, they better get after it. But that's where the other Rob from Love Island, I mean, he's crushing it. And he's like, okay, we're just going to make the decision. And then I did love where Candace ran into the breakfast room afterwards and they just left. They
Yeah.
didn't even say, hey, we ended up killing off Rob. Like, nope, we're gone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
No, but
They didn't care.
I felt like Rob with sitting down with Lisa at the chess table and like using that as like getting away and as a decoy of them talking was brilliant. I thought it was a great way of, okay, we're separating each other out. It's not something that's super interesting. People aren't going to really be looking at us in that sense, but it was, I thought it was pretty smart.
Do you think that was production editing in some doubt with Tara Lipinski?
100%.
Okay.
I asked,
Because I was like, did she catch him saying something, or was that a cool edit, a smooth edit?
yeah.
And then nothing ever came of it, so I was like, okay, maybe not.
I asked Celeste the same thing when Tara was sitting there watching Rob and Lisa play chess. I was like, she doesn't know. She's just watching them play chess. I would have been awesome though. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But I'm impressed with the Traitors so far. I like what they're doing. Again, Rob R. At first I was like, who is this one note cowboy that they have here? And then I'm like, oh, this guy's smart and fun. So
Yeah.
good pick.
Can we talk about Alan for a minute?
Huh?
He might be the most eccentric person ever. All of his outfits, I don't know. I'm always impressed, but I mean, 3 episodes in, we've seen like 12 different outfit changes from him.
And
It's awesome.
I feel like this is said a lot of times with shows and all. He is the perfect role and with the theatrics and
Speaking
everything.
of Spy Kids, that's freaking Floop. That's
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Full circle. Nice job.
But like
Didn't even realize it.
we say that a lot of times with like Jeff with Survivor, Phil with Amazing Race, or whoever it may be. Like those are the perfect people, and he is for the theatrics, and so it plays it so well. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I've seen some people online like Twitter and like just some people that don't get Traitors, and I could see if you like don't really know what you're watching and be like, what in the world? Like, this is clearly like fake and just theatrical and kind of weird. But then you start thinking from like, okay, if you ever done like a murder mystery dinner or one of those kind of get-togethers where it's like over the top and dramatic and it's just perfect. I don't know. I love it. The challenges have been much better this year, I feel like.
There's way more at stake with the challenges this year because at first I thought it was kind of like, or in earlier seasons, it was, hey, just collect this money, go get shields. But it didn't feel like there was enough at stake. Every time now it's like you're at risk of being up for murder.
Yeah.
Which I think has happened, but it's like dropping the graves and the
coffins in the grave,
coffins in the graves. There we go. Yeah. Help.
graves in the coffins.
And yeah. And then the cage thing that they just did. Much better and more interesting because like you and I have talked about it. Like if they just got rid of the challenges altogether, I would not care. But these, I'm like, oh, these are great.
Yeah.
So
Definitely adds just a little twist. little drama.
I mean, just a little layer of complexity with, okay, with the whole coffins and dropping them in. Like, at first is, okay, just let's get as many in there as we can. But then, okay, oh, hey, this boat's teaming up with this boat. And, okay, we want this
Yes.
person out and, like, being a little bit more strategic. So it does play a factor in there. And I love it.
Yeah. I've been very surprised though that we really haven't seen anyone be incredibly selfish other than Michael. And I feel like that's different from at least last season, where like when they had the tokens or the shield to get on the chariot or the throne, or I
Hmm.
forget what they call them, but they everybody was like, "Oh, a bigger guy probably shouldn't be on it. Like, I'll just here you go." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" Like in past seasons, they'd be like, "Nope, I'm cutting your throat.
Safe.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't care." I mean, I don't know. That it was kind of like, okay, we've got a bunch of team players. It's just a different vibe than last season.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. I think there's also like,
Which, sorry, let me finish that thought. I think that is going to bode very, very well for the faithfuls
yeah,
because they seem to be working together more than, hey, I'm here for me and I don't trust you. And everybody seems to kind of want to work together. So I think that'll bode well for the faithfuls. Sorry, that
yeah,
was my point and all that.
yeah. No, I think you're right in that. I think it's a combination of teamwork, and I want to build up goodwill with these people. So if me giving this gesture of here, you take my spot, like gains trust, then I'm gonna do it. Which I feel like in past seasons too. Oh, Steven gave up his token. He must be a traitor. So, which I think players have been a little smarter this year.
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
think it just goes because my biggest beef, and it somewhat happened to Donna. Now, they just happened to be right that she was a traitor, but she very much got mob mentality
Hmm.
a hit on her because Natalie Natalie brought her name up, and that was pretty much her death sentence because they didn't have a valid reason to go after Donna.
At
They
all.
really didn't. They because the
Honestly, it was just like we don't
we don't know
you're
you,
not talking game with us. We don't know you.
your personality, and anytime because that happened. I think that happened to Wells last season. They're like, oh, your personality, and it's like she's just a reserved person. She is around. She's the only person there that doesn't have somebody. So you have to give her the benefit of the doubt. Again, they happen to be correct, but I don't think they were correct because they knew she was a traitor. I think they just got stuck on her and happened to be right.
Yeah, I my only hesitation though is I kind of wonder if there was more there that they didn't show us to keep the identity of this secret traitor hidden, because if they would have showed us more of why people thought it was her, then that may have given it away to us.
But do you think, had we known she was a traitor, do you think we would have been like, oh, yeah, she's acting weird? Or since we didn't know,
I mean, based off of what we've seen, no. But if,
yeah,
like Blake said, there was some other things that she'd slipped up or said something, and we could
yeah,
have picked up on it then. Because I did notice at that last round table when she got, they voted on her. The last thing she said, she was talking about the traders think a certain way, and like we want to do that. She did slip up there. That was the only time it really showed her slipping up. But
I want to go. I want to talk about slip ups because slip ups have been a theme this season.
Mhm.
Um, so you had Ron Funches, who's doing great.
I love Ron.
Yeah.
The Sorry, one moment that I just have to highlight. So when Alan is showing them their individual chests to if they have the trader card, and then he asks like, "Are you ready to play?" And I wrote this down. He said, "I'm nervous in a way that makes me have to poop a little." And I was like, that is amazing. Like, you are meant for TV. I love this guy.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
So Ron, Portia, bless her heart, just multiple slip ups this season with Michael putting the housewives in the grave. But first off, Portia's a faithful, and as a faithful, you don't gotta act weird. You're a faithful. You got nothing to hide. So a faithful slipping up is wild behavior.
Yeah.
But she uttered the phrase, "When I killed Ian." Huh? And then there are 4 traitors. Like, to be fair, it's reasonable to assume that there's going to be 4 traitors if you know the show. But
I didn't think anything of that until Ron said, "How do you know that?"
yeah,
And then I was like, "Oh, wait a second. It hasn't been like made clear that there's 4. I just assumed that everybody knew that there would be 4, but
yeah.
dang." So,
But that, and then I was annoyed because, again, early round tables, you're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks. Ron has evidence.
Good evidence.
Yeah, maybe not evidence. He has evidence, his own evidence. He actually has something. Where, like, with Donna, it was like, I feel this way about you.
Mm-hmm.
And it annoyed me. Now, Portia went home, so Ron got his way. And that, in that moment, they were wrong. That's who I think should have gone home. But in that round table, it annoyed me that more people weren't like, that makes sense to me. It annoyed me that more people were on Donna. And again, they were right about Donna, so hindsight. But in the same, like, well, there's a slip up, we didn't really see it. But then in the same breath, you have Michael, who we collectively, we got Ian out, and Michael is something. But when he said we got Michael out, I knew what he meant. But that gets a huge reaction from the room. Was that we don't like Michael and we're looking for a reason, or was that we heard that happen, so we're going to jump on that?
Mm-hmm.
I think probably a little bit of both.
Absolutely.
Honestly. And somebody so divisive like that is it going to be an easy target? And I love him going to war with Jam Jam.
Jam's doing a little too much.
Jam Jam's got to be careful there.
I think he is too. I thought for a long time that he was the secret traitor. But
I was pretty confident it was Donna the whole time. And then when we saw her walking, Celeste and I were like, that looks like Donna. Yeah, let's talk about Michael. Because one, I'm keeping him around as long as I can if I'm a traitor.
Absolutely.
oh yeah.
But 2,
100%.
all of his altercations, he has been the one that has just freaked out. It's not like Jam has instigated anything or anybody has brought anything up. He just starts freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm from New York. Like, but nobody said anything, man. Everybody's just sitting here eating scones and you start yelling about shields.
Yeah. I think what threw him off was when he ended up voting Portia.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's been so big on I'm Team Housewife. And then and right before voting out Portia was the whole thing like, oh, put it in a housewife's grave. Or put it in the coffin in the grave there. So like those 2 things I feel like put him on the defensive and he's like, holy crap, I don't have control of this. I'm just like, let's just go crazy. And that's when I feel like it started to shift for him. And I don't know.
I was
I don't know.
honestly kind of surprised and I know it's hard that people don't fully change there, but um, what is her name that they kind of teamed up in that last challenge? Um,
Tiffany.
yes. So,
So Tiffany's from Big Brother, and that's what I thought was interesting too, is that she's a gamer.
mhm.
I don't know. That whole sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Logan.
No, you're good. Trying to remember where I was going with that. You threw me off my groove.
Excuse me.
Sorry, the relationship between Michael and Tiffany and how she teamed up with him in the challenge.
Sorry.
Um,
Were you surprised that Tiffany is sticking close to Michael?
oh, that's where I was gonna go. I, I don't think it's a bad play on her end, especially if, hey, he is a traitor. I want to be good with him. I don't. That's an in maybe a safety feature. I get that. I was a little surprised that he still reacted or had such a large reaction at that kind of that last round table because she had just pulled him aside and was like, "Hey, like, you gotta chill, like pull it back a little bit," and he still just kind of went loose. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
He's from
chaos.
he's from New York, man. You're either one of three things, and he's a crap smack talker. So I don't know if that means I don't know if that means he's a good smack talker or trash talker, or if he's a bad at it. I was confused by the phrasing, but it's just my 2 cents, Michael.
That East Coast, man. They're crazy out there. Something in the water.
Yeah.
Make good bagels, though.
Blake. I wanted to ask you about Ian that got murdered first. Big 2-time Big Brother player, 1-time winner. Obviously, we didn't get to see Ian play. If you, what would we have seen from Ian in Traitors had he made it further?
I'm trying to think of a good example. Think of a like more, maybe not more social, but a little more down to earth Rob Sestorino. So super strategic, very smart, but just chill, laid back. I'm good with everybody. Everybody loves me. But like I'm seeing everything. He's just kind of a, I don't know, not necessarily behind the scenes, but very strategic, but very good social game, and not from a like,
Observant.
yeah, not from a like type A personality, but kind of like sitting back. I'm chill, calm, cool, collected, but I know what's going on because I'm watching everything. Kind of made me a little sad that he was first out, but I think it was great first out for the Traitors because I mean he's
This,
sharp.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like a double-edged sword. Like, as a fan, man, I would have loved to see Ian play. I would have loved to see Rob C play. But on the flip side, you're like, very smart, especially the Rob C. Just knowing what we know, like Rob C was on to the murder in plain sight, and Candace, I think, would have been public enemy number 1 at the next round table. So good on them, even though she had virtually nothing to do with that murder. Candace, very intentional moves, I think, so far, which has been refreshing because sometimes it's like a lot of times it's just like the first murder, I expected it to be like Mark Ballas or Eric, because I was like, that's typically the type of person that gets murdered early, is just like, here's random person. And I was like, Mark's getting murdered.
Yeah.
And so give these, and hopefully gamers going out early doesn't negatively impact the show.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know if
enough of them that I think they'll be okay.
yeah. And it's been like Phaedra from season 2 was a great traitor. So like the housewives have been really good strategically. They've shown that, and they're entertaining too. But I just need the tension has been really good so far.
Who do you think they murdered?
I don't think they murdered Ron
I don't think so either.
because I think they want Ron to be seen as a traitor, a potential traitor. I do think this time it's going to be like Eric or
Was it Kim?
no, Caroline. I think it'll be Eric or Caroline.
Which one's Caroline? Oh, the other housewife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be Eric or Caroline.
I
Because I know they were talking about like, oh, we should go after a housewife.
Yeah.
I was either thinking the housewife or she's the cook.
Kristen.
Oh, Kristen.
I think Eric, because it would. I know I just said like everything's been intentional. I think this would be intentional. It would be kind of a like, well, Eric wasn't doing anything. Why Eric? So
Yeah.
kind of throw a little confusion into the mix.
My initial thought was the housewife or I think Christine. With it seems like the traders are going after the very intelligent people.
No, I agree. I think I wish it would be a housewife, but I don't think that it will. I think Rob's thought process of, hey, let's just keep doing what we're doing and let's not go crazy here. Let's just stay on this path. It's working.
Who's the biggest surprise to you, either in a positive way or a negative way?
On either side, traitor or faithful.
Yeah, either side. Just in general, who's surprised you?
And Blake, I know you said earlier Rob R surprised you, and I think that's one that initially stands out to me. Obviously, I don't know. I don't watch or not obviously, but I don't watch Love Island, so I didn't know who he was. And it's one that, like, okay, is he a strategic guy? Like, one of the first things he said, he was like, "I haven't made out with anybody yet." Like, I wasn't for sure where his mind was, and I've actually been very, very impressed with him and enjoyed him a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. The other person I didn't know much about, but every time I see them, I'm just kind of surprised, and in a good way, is Monet.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a shift from drag queen to like just jacked working out. He is definitely somebody who I don't know what I was expecting, if I was kind of expecting to be more like Bob the drag queen from season 3. So I was kind of surprised in a good way there.
Yeah. For me, Colton has been one that's been kind of a surprise for me. And don't know if Colton's good at the game yet, but Bachelor alum has bachelors/bachelorette contestants have bachelor and bachelorette contestants.
Okay, we get it.
Bachelor and bachelorette contestants have done really well. You had Pilot Pete in season 2. It was really good. Gabby last season was awesome. And so far Colton's been like kind of knowing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't know that I like Colton. And
I don't know if I like him either, but
Yeah, and I don't know that I dislike Colton. He's just one that I'm like, I don't. Are you good or are you lucky? Like, was that just a good guess at Donna, or did you really know?
Hmm.
Like, how smart are you? What are you picking up on? And I think that remains to be seen. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely impressed so far. But we'll see if it's
It looks like he's getting ready to kind of call out somebody else and go after somebody else in a sense. It seemed, I think it kind of alluded of like, hey, I'm not sure if I'm just kind of throwing out some feelers here. I mean, in the car scene at the towards the end, I think he was kind of starting to like put his sights on somebody else. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be it'll be interesting to see because I think he does have really good ideas. But are they all valid?
Yeah, that's the thing is I think you said it, it's just time will tell
Hmm.
because I really feel like I honestly feel like Donna was just they got lucky. So it's can they can they sniff another trader out? And it wouldn't shock me if we went 3 or 4 banishments without them getting one, unless somebody just fumbles.
Do you think they'll bring in another trader or just leave it at 3 for now?
I think there's enough to bring in a fourth, enough players to bring in a fourth. I don't know though, because I really like the dynamic of this trio right now. I
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
I think they're at least for now working really well together.
Hmm.
Where
I think the only way they would is if another trader got voted out and banished like next episode.
Yeah.
yeah,
Then I could see them, okay, let's get back up to 3. But
yeah, give this trio a chance to make their own decisions. Because like last season there was so much infighting with the traders, and like looking out for I'm looking out for me, and at least so far they're like let's protect each other.
yeah.
And like they voted Donna out, but obviously they didn't know, so it's really like no harm no foul because Donna didn't know who they were either.
Which I wish, like, I think you mentioned this earlier, Blake. I wish they would have seen or known that before that, because they completed the murder in plain sight, and that was kind of the reward for completing that. Obviously, the table was quite a bit earlier than it was basically right after breakfast the next day.
Yeah,
I still wish there would have been something there to pull her aside. So at the round table, we could have, okay, hey, let's maybe try and deflect or something there. Because at that point, that the whole reward from completing the murder in plain sight is null and void.
Right.
yeah, and that's like
Or meet in the turret after the murder.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything else.
mm,
They're all meeting at the turret, knock knock knock, Donna walks in. And then that could have changed everything.
yeah, that's kind of the it's that twist is such a risk for traders production because of this scenario right here. I think they probably didn't anticipate. Honestly, whenever as soon as Natalie said Donna's name, they probably were like, "Crap, she's gone."
Yeah.
So, uh, I think
Is Natalie in season 50?
no. No.
Yes.
Is
I th-
she?
no.
No.
No. Remember seeing, I think at the same around the time that the list came out, I was like, wait, Natalie, but she's on Traitors. I do not believe she's on Survivor.
Yeah, no, she's not. I
For some reason, I was thinking she was. Okay.
Yeah, she. I liked her. I liked her strategy, Natalie's, at that first challenge with her team and the other team's boat, where she was like, "Guys, let's work together and go after the other boat." Like that was huge risk by her.
Yeah. She's
But
been all about looking for the shields, like
mm-hmm.
very survivor, like I've got to find immunity
Hmm.
this week. So we've talked a little bit about how there's, that interesting dynamic because everybody already knows people. And we saw it, I think, more in season 3 than we have this season so far. But the like, oh, I can't vote for Survivor players, or I'm gonna stick with the gamers, or oh, the housewives have to stick together, or whatever. With them opening it up and it coming to NBC for like anyone, like you guys and myself could all apply. Does that take away from the game, or does what that takes away from the game, does it even hurt the game? You know what I mean?
I don't know if it'll be a bad thing because I think, yes, that does bring something to the game, but I also think the precursor or the already made up mind of who somebody is can absolutely affect the way they play the game, or oh, I don't like this person, or like you said, hey, they're a housewife, I want to keep them. But if you don't know who they are, it's just open game. Okay, now I really am trying to get to know them a little bit better, or have to have more conversations and play deciphering and stuff there a little bit better.
I was thinking, because I don't know if it would be better or worse, but I don't know. I feel like there's always some interesting dynamics when the people. Like season 3, wasn't there a guy and his ex that it ended bad, or she was best friends with his ex-girlfriend, or
Oh, it
something
was
like that?
Sandoval,
Hmm.
Yeah.
which surprise like star of the season.
Yeah. Oh,
So fun.
100%.
Well,
His freaking singing.
I saw this is totally off topic. I saw somebody dressed up as him for Halloween and was like carrying around a phone and like singing backwards into it. It was really funny.
Yeah, that guy cracked me up.
He's so funny. But I don't know. There's just always the weird dynamic between like, oh, I know them and I don't really like them, that I kind of worry will take away from some of that. But if it's on NBC, like on actual TV, not just online, then I don't know. Maybe it won't be too bad.
Yeah.
and it
I
could
think
for
it's
the traitor side of things, though. I mean, if it's like, oh, this person's a kind of that villain-esque, or oh, this person, it could play a factor there. I don't know.
yeah. Well, it feels like it's like the Bravo people that kind of have that mindset going in. I think the gamers have been open-minded of like I'll work with anybody because there wasn't
Definitely this season, but last season, like Carolyn was like, I'm not voting for this person.
Carolyn was, but like Jeremy and Rob and Tony were like middle fingers, like I don't
I guess
care.
that's true.
So, but like
That's true.
you have like Johnny and Tara, who are an inseparable duo that were like, we're gonna be careful.
Yeah, I will say that is probably the other person that has surprised me. I walked into this season being one of the biggest haters of Johnny. I don't like it when he hosts the Kentucky Derby. I don't like it when he's talking about the Winter Olympics and ice skating. I'm just not a fan. However, I think I'm starting to become a fan. I kind of like him. Still, like in that last challenge when he was trying to collect all the skulls. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man? Come on.
Hey, even Eric called him out.
Yeah. And he was like, you're an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
Like, what do you. But I have liked him way more than I ever thought I would. And I don't know, just kind of cool to see.
I think that's what's cool about this is like I don't know a lot about these people, these contestants. I know of them, but it's cool to see like Ron Funch is out of his element and Johnny Weir out of his element, and kind of get to see Johnny Weir the person rather than Johnny Weir the Olympic athlete or Johnny Weir the broadcaster. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be curious. Like some of these quiet players so far, who's gonna surprise me later down the road? Because you had like, who's gonna be the next Dylan Efron? where you're like, I don't really know who he is. And then by the end of it, you're like, dude, I'm a fan for life.
Right.
Like I'm like rooting for Dylan on Dancing with the Stars. I'm watching Dylan's YouTube content now. So who's going to be that next guy? Next person?
Honestly, right now, it could be Rob.
Yeah, it might be Rob. I will probably never watch Love Island, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I'm embarrassed to say how much I did watch. Just like being in the same room as Jessica on my phone messing around and she's watching it. I
Secret
don't understand
fan.
it. No. I would tell you, I really enjoy some of the Housewives shows.
That's how I got sucked into the Bachelor shows.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
but Love Island, the fact that it was on every single day of the week, like Monday through Friday for an hour plus each night, like I just can't get into it. But when it's on in the background, I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
watched it. I had no idea who that was, but way different than I expected. So
I've accidentally gotten invested in multiple Bachelor and Bachelorette seasons, so I get it. I'll be like, what? No, screw that guy. He's a jerk. Or like, what? That guy, she went home. What is this?
well, that's how I got into a lot of the Real Housewives. Is Jessica be watching it, and I'm like, "What are they arguing about?" And she's like, "Well, this person bought this watch that this other girl had, and she was mad about it." And I'm like, "What kind of watch was it?"
Yeah.
And then I just get sucked in, and I'm like, "Wait, did they just break up?"
Yeah.
And I love it. You can call me Michael, being a Housewife fan.
Hey, Michael.
What's up, Mike?
Dude, Michael, I don't know much about Michael other than I know he was on Friends for a few episodes. He was the cop that Phoebe dated. But I'm like, this guy is a fiery individual. Like he is like 0 or
passion.
100. There's no in between.
I was asking somebody earlier today, and I don't know who it was. I don't know what he's the most well known for. He's been in like, I don't know. I can think of 10 different roles right off the bat, but none of them are major roles.
Yeah. Oh,
But he will make appearances on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, to Barstool.
I've seen him on Barstool. Yeah.
I've seen him with, I think I've seen him on Pat McAfee's show.
Probably.
I'm like, this guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what he's most well known for, but
He's got some passion.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing is like he's gotten pretty negative reception online. But I'm like, I think this season needs him because I think it'd be very boring without him.
I was just thinking, I wish there were one or two more a little bit like him. I think Jam Jam is a close second. But I think having 3 people like that, a little polarizing, is not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I think like I think back to last season, the Boston Rob and Bob the drag queen, and them like going to blows. I'm like grabbing popcorn because I'm like, this is gold.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need those people
Also,
that
they're
aren't
doing a
afraid.
podcast.
Oh,
That's the official one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Not that we're not official, but
I feel like sometimes you
we're
need
official.
those types of players that are okay with being bold and calling somebody out and not being afraid of being wrong and being able to talk their way out of it. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, at the end of the day, it's a TV show, right?
Mhm.
So, like, Michael, however you feel about him, is providing drama, which TV shows want, and he's providing entertainment, which is also something you're looking for.
especially in a game like this where you need some drama, you've got to shake things up a little bit. I think he'll be around for a little while.
Yeah, I think the only way he goes home is if the faithfuls are like, I'm fairly certain he's a faithful, but let's do an addition by subtraction thing here and just be done with it, because I think he is hindering more than helping. I could totally see that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
For
I
sure.
think the Traitors are going to keep him around as long as they can.
They'd be silly not to.
I'm man, I told Jessica today I kind of wish like I'm very happy that we're covering the show. But I kind of wish I didn't have to watch all 3 episodes like back to back to back and spread them out over the week.
Yeah.
And so cuz when we watched season 3, we came in late and we just binge watched them. And having to wait a whole week for another episode is killing me. I
Yep.
got to know.
Yeah. We got two episodes next week, and then it drops back down to just one episode per week.
Nice.
So,
Like it.
yeah,
Yep.
really, I said at the top of the show, really strong start to the season, and with people that I don't have much familiarity with, I'm excited with the group that we have.
Very excited. I'm with you. Cool. Well, tune in next week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And say goodbye, Brandon.
Goodbye, Blake.
Goodbye, Logan.